Dozens of Waltham educators jammed the Cannon Lecture Hall last week to press the school committee for a new contract.
What's being offered to us is not at all comparable to the actual cost of living increase that is our reality.
And when compared to the same districts, my salary is now at the bottom of the pack.
2% is not respectable. It's your turn to represent us like we do for you, each and every day.
Please do the right thing. Help us.
Roughly half a dozen Waltham educators spoke during the public comment period, each drawing loud applause. The Waltham Educators Association has roughly 800 members. Their contract expired on August 31st, and they want to avoid a long negotiation period amid low morale and high inflation.
Inflation that we haven't seen since the 70s, and people have seen their purchasing power erode. And teachers are seeing a lot of the other districts around the state that are ratifying contracts with compensation that they feel is fair. And I think we're still a long way away from where we need to be at the table.
Along with a cost of living increase, Waltham educators are also seeking changes to what they call the district's outdated parental leave policy to bring it in line with other districts.
In this day and age, parental leave language should be inclusive of all parents, not just a birthing parent.
I'm one of the fathers that had to take 7 days, or only 7 days, when my kids were born. We expect more, and I think we deserve more.
They go back to work with a 6-week-old child. That's unexpected based on what the rest of the state is getting. They get almost double that time or more.
We're all in this profession because we love children, and we want to be able to love our own children and give them that time bonding that they need when they first come home.
All the teachers reflected on the extra hours they work for their students.
I am coming into school early at 7 a.m. I am leaving. When I leave, there are still dozens of cars in our parking lot.
But when morale is low because of a lack of a fair contract, we withdraw.
Longtime elementary school teacher Kristen Amarante gave several examples in which city custodians and police officers were paid overtime, but educators were not.
Why those male-dominant professions are compensated for their time, yet educators, which is traditionally a female-dominated profession, have an expectation of volunteerism. Is their personal time more valuable than ours?
The frustration has eroded morale only years after teachers were lauded as frontline heroes during COVID. Some longtime educators are considering leaving Waltham, which is struggling to attract and retain top talent.
The money speaks. They're leaving for more money.
I am really hoping to stay in Waltham. I can't believe that I'm actually saying this.
It's not only teachers who are affected. 2 students spoke warmly of Waltham teachers, but one who wants to be an engineer was upset that a physics class was not offered in person.
It's not giving them a fair contract leads to these outcomes where students are forced to take online classes without direct instruction.
Teachers that are not getting what they need can't give students what we need.
School committee members did not respond to the comments during the meeting, but they met this week and will meet again next week to discuss the contract further.
This is a district that does respect teachers, and many of us are very happy to work here. Most of us are happy to work here. We would just really like to see these negotiations settle sooner rather than later. I'm confident that we can do that without having to be on the news like some of these other districts have.
For Waltham Newswatch, this is Chris Wangler.